Hello, welcome in. Happy Thursday, everybody. Hopefully you all are doing well. Let me send this link over to Steve. If you're in the chat, say hello. Let me know how you're doing. Mitchell, yeah. Ravens cover from a Mitchell there. Hey, look, man, I'm so excited that Lamar is back. I have Lamar on all of my fantasy teams this year that are good. I have Lamar Jackson on. Obviously, I would say if I was ranking out favorite players, he's at the top there for me. So love watching Lamar. Super excited that he's back. Ryan, what's up? Should be a good game. I don't know what the total 51.5. Like we should see some points being scored here. I want to see what is this? We have some Halloween stuff on StreamYard now. Let me see here. Oh, yeah, look at that. What's this one? Okay, I kind of like these. Shout out to StreamYard popping in some Halloween themes here. I'm gonna go back to I don't know. You can see. Oh wait, I like this one here. I like the purple. All right. Sorry. Steve's gonna come on whenever he's ready. I don't know what we'll get into with him today. Probably some definite World Series talk. Probably talk some football as well. Look at these teams. As far as tonight goes for this Thursday night game, I haven't taken anything yet. I'm kind of debating a couple spots. I haven't taken any bets yet. Kind of debating it. It is a Lamar. Lamar is from South Florida, so kind of like a little homecoming game for him. I kind of wanted, especially because it's his first game back from a hammy. Are people going to be betting on him to get, like receptions or not receptions, rushing yards and stuff? So I kind of want to look at that potentially. Maybe not his rushing yards, but just to run in a touchdown. So that's kind of what I was debating. He's sitting around like plus 150-ish. So I'm definitely thinking about that for tonight. But I don't really have a firm lean really on the game. I think the Ravens will win, but I'm not sure if I want to lay 7.5 in his first game back, honestly. So that's kind of where I am there. I think Steve's in here now. I'm going to bring him in. Steve, look at this. We're getting festive with this background in here today.
I was going to say, very spooky of you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you're good. Tell me, so do you like, we've also got this one.
Well, that's nice.
Just the pumpkins here. I mean, well, look at this. You could go with this one.
Oh,
there's a lot of options on here.
Yeah, I like the Tim Burton purple first one that you had.
Yeah, I agree. Ryan in the chat like that too. So, Mitchell, what did you say? I think he could have played last week with the Bears. Ben changed the hat. This is you can't really see. This is still an Ohtani hat. It's just it's a little different. But hey, Dewan, I'm sure you were in the stream. I made the deal with Steve. If the Blue Jays win, I've already started shopping for my Blue Jays hat. I'm gonna have to get a hat and wear it on the stream. We'll handle that after. We'll see. I told
We're not quite done yet.
Yeah, I told Josh this morning, I think it's going 7, but I don't know. I think the Blue Jays might win. They're at home. If it did get to a game 7, at home is obviously big. The crowd we know is going to be insane.
Here's we'll get right into it. Here's my key to success. If we're going to brand it, it's a key to success for the Blue Jays. They need to be patient with Yama. Because the problem last time they faced him is he throws this stuff that looks hittable, but it's not. And they got to eat more pitches. Don't be swinging on the first one. Like, make him throw a couple of strikes, and I know he can locate, but you got to get more than one pitch per at-bat with him.
Yeah.
If they can do that, and he goes 5 or 6 innings, and they get into the bullpen, I bet you the Jays win.
Well, we've talked about this on both sides. The bullpens were going to decide this series one way or the other. And right now, outside of the 18 inning insane game, the Blue Jays bullpen has vastly outperformed the Dodgers. Honestly, the Blue Jays pitching in general has vastly outperformed the Dodgers, other than Yamamoto and that like crazy 18 inning game.
Yep, I completely agree. Yeah, even in the 18 inning game, like
The Blue
the Blue Jays
bad.
bullpen was pretty good too.
It wasn't bad at all. It was not bad
Like
at all.
who's our common love? Eric Lauer, like
Yeah, shout out
pretty
to Eric
incredible.
Lauer. Yeah,
Isn't he
that was
local Canton boy, local Ohio boy?
yes, not Canton, but is local. I
Yeah.
think he's from like 20 or 30 minutes north of me, I think. But
Isn't that Cleveland?
yeah, basically in between like me where I'm at and Cleveland, I think.
Yeah.
Or somewhere near there. But it's been a good series. I'm excited. I'm excited to watch the games, and I'm happy one way or the other. It wasn't just like a 4 or 5 game series. I would prefer it to be something like this. Blue Jays definitely have the edge coming back home having to win one game. You get 2 at home and you got to win one. I would feel pretty good about their chances. And I'm sure Vegas has them as the favorite now. After that 18 inning game, the Dodgers moved and they were minus 500 to win the series. And I'm sure, let me check.
Which I thought was like a gross overstatement, considering that they went 18 runs and scored 1 to move the line that much. I was like, this doesn't make a ton of sense to me. But
yeah, the Blue Jays are now minus 240 to win the World Series. Steve,
here's the thing. If you look at that game, if Bo Bichette does not make the most boneheaded base running mistake, it's already over. They would have had the extra run. It would have been done.
Could you imagine if I would have told you, if Ben from the future told you at any point this year there would be a situation where the Toronto Blue Jays were minus 240 to win the World Series?
I think you would have beaten up future Ben. Future Ben and current Ben would have to fight.
Like insane. This is crazy, but it's going to be awesome. Crowd's going to be electric. I'm assuming, is Digger going to be boots on the ground, I'm assuming?
Well, I saw on the game 2, he was on the broadcast. He was like in the front row. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if he has season tickets or not, or what he paid to get
into
that
kidding.
seat, but
I want to text him and like get him on the stream tomorrow.
Yeah. Like, I think for our American friends, they don't understand how expensive Toronto is.
Yeah.
So like it was cheaper for people to fly to LA, pay LA prices than it is to buy a ticket at the Skydome.
That's insane. How much does it cost to get in one of those hotel rooms that's like in the stadium?
I don't know what it would cost now. It'd be like insanity.
Because I saw someone did that post where you were just talking and they were like, it's cheaper to get the room where you can see the game out of it than just buy a ticket to the game. Dewan says he can see your glow, Steve. I kind of agree, but also Dewan, he's got babies. Like he had his baby we had a meeting earlier. He was like getting his kid ready for school. Like the guy is just the dad of the year over here. It's crazy.
Yeah, just dadding it up. Wearing my dad's shirt.
Yeah, I just like, yeah. So I agree, but super excited. Any predictions? Do you think they're going to close it out tomorrow, or do you agree with me? You think it's going 7 games? I would give them the edge in the 7th game, by the way.
Well, in the 7th game is Glasnow versus Scherzer. Which the Jays have seen Glasnow. He's not the same Glasnow.
Oh, he hasn't been great.
I give the advantage to the Jays in Game 7.
Yes.
A piece of me says that they get to Yamamoto, it's a tight one, and they win in Game 6. And they've just been relentless at the plate. Like the other thing that's crazy about sorry, I'm doing 2 things at once. The other thing that's crazy is all the everyday players that they took out of that 18 game for all those pinch runners and pinch hitters.
Yeah. Well, there was a couple questionable like those type of decisions, but yeah. Interesting.
Yeah. So, anyways, I come back to it. I'm actually saying if they win, it's going to be in Game 6.
Okay.
I think if you
I
go
was
down to
trying to
Game 7,
find I was trying to find Gosman's career numbers against the Dodgers. I just don't know. I don't know if I trust him, honestly. I don't know why. I get like he's a very good pitcher. He's been very good basically the entire time he's been a Toronto Blue Jay. I just don't know. I don't know why I don't trust him.
I also don't know why.
It just
You
feels
know,
uneasy. I don't know. I honestly would trust Shane Bieber more than him, I think, which is crazy.
why do you hate on Shane Bieber so much?
I don't. I'm just saying when you extrapolate like Gosman has kind of been there when the Blue Jays the last few years they haven't been like that great as a team, but he's been one of the best pitchers in baseball for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And Bieber's been up and down with the injuries, but I don't know why. I just don't trust him really.
Here's the thing
Whatever
about
reason.
Gosman is that this particular year he didn't get very good run support, and so it felt like he didn't win as much as he should have. And so this year his stats weren't particularly great, but it's not like he pitched poorly. The second thing is
Yeah,
he
his
is
numbers are on par. The strikeouts are not as good as they were those couple years, but everything else is the same.
yeah, except for the wins. I think the wins should be down if you're looking at them.
Yeah.
But he loves the big moment. So if we look at when John Schneider kept making all those mistakes, taking the aces out early because they were following the analytics, which he's corrected that now. He's like, okay, if you're dealing, I'm leaving you in. Max Scherzer scared him, and so now he's comfortable with leaving the starter in. But the first guy he made that mistake with was Kevin Gausman. I forget who they were playing, but this would have been 3 years ago, 4 years ago. Because then he did the next year with Barrios, who's dealing. And then they obviously didn't make the playoffs last year. And then this year they tried to do it again to Scherzer, and Scherzer went conventional psychopath on him
Yeah, he
and
did. Yeah.
corrected that whole trend. So I don't know. I think that this is the right man for the job to close it out. The last thing I'll mention about Kevin Gausman, this is the thing that I don't love about him, which I think might be what trips you up on him, is he normally throws a very good first pitch strike, and then he hides.
Yeah.
And he just throws slider after slider after slider after slider, and essentially throws you trash trying to get you to, but he doesn't throw any strikes. So if you
Yeah.
sit back,
We have to chase
he'll
that
walk guys.
splitter, man. I mean, that's been his thing. Like when he was in Baltimore, that was his issue. He wasn't very good there, but you could see the pitch numbers on his splitter were very, very good. He just didn't throw it that much. Then he went to Toronto and he started throwing it a ton. Now he throws his fastball 55% of the time. He throws his splitter 40% of the time. He
Splitter,
throws it a
slider.
ton. And it's still very, very good. I mean, he allows a 181 batting average with it. But to your point, yes, if you are sitting back on it and you're not chasing it, it can be tough for him to get consistent outs. But at the same time, it's hard not to chase it sometimes because it's so good. If it's on and working, he's untouchable. But
Yeah. So I think that's just looking what's going on. My phone is just exploding over here.
Chat, Steve is a busy man. We got to thank him. We got to thank him for coming on the streams every week. So you got to drop your thank yous in the chat.
It's just when my phone is buzzing like crazy. I'm like, what's going on over there? The other thing he does is he always gives up home run. He always gives up 1 or 2 home runs a game. So
I don't think that's bad though. Most of the good pitchers do because the good ones are the only ones willing to challenge you with their fastball, and sometimes you get beat doing that. Garrett Cole always gives up home runs. If you have a good fastball, you're going to challenge guys with it. Sometimes they can, that's going to burn you. But I don't have a problem with that so much. But
he gives up a lot of solo home runs.
That's what I'm saying. Usually it doesn't burn you if it's a solo shot for sure.
Yeah. So it's been pretty fun though. I'm not gonna lie. It's weird not having baseball tonight.
I know. Yeah, it is weird. I like the 2-3-2 though. I like that format. I hate basketball when it's 2-3-1-1-1. I hate that. 2-3-2 is good.
Yeah, I agree. What do they do in hockey? Do they do
I'm not
1-1-1?
sure, to be honest.
I think they do 1-1-1, but
I
but
think
at
they
the
do
end,
too.
2-2, yeah, 1-1-1, yeah.
Or 2-2-1-1-1. Yeah, my bad. Not 2-3.
They
But
might do
regardless.
it different in the rounds to reduce travel. But the thing in
Yeah.
hockey though is it's always every second night anyways. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Well, chat, drop your predictions for the World
go
Series.
Jays.
I'm good with any outcome here, obviously. That would be awesome for the Blue Jays to win, honestly. Like that would just be crazy. What a story that would be. I mean, I don't really
Yeah.
think, even though you're a Blue Jays fan, like I don't think there's anyone that really thought. I'm not saying they couldn't make the playoffs. They were great all year, but I don't think anyone in like April or May would have thought this team could win the World Series.
Well, it's so I'm not saying that I predicted it because I flip flopped. But if we go back and we rewatch the streams after they didn't get Otani, and then I forget even who they were chasing this year, Soto. Um, uh, I was a bit down on the team, and then I looked at them on paper, and I was like, this is still a pretty good baseball team, like a top contending baseball team. And then they started the season poorly, and then they went out and got the Ernest Clements and the Addison Bargers and all those guys. I was like, man, this team, they could win, and they're relentless. Like that's the thing that I that is so different than the 2015, 2016 Blue Jays teams, where it was like, oh, well, we'll just wait until someone hits a home run. Encarnacion, Batista, like we'll just wait until they hit a home run. But this team, you have no break, and I think that's what's killing the Dodgers pitchers. Because the next guy up is going to eat 10 pitches, or he's going to get on base.
Yeah, when you put the ball in play like the Blue Jays do, you're never out of the
Yeah.
game, and that's why. Well, I've said this a number of times. The Blue Jays are a better version of the Cleveland Guardians, and that's how the Guardians get in the playoffs every year. Like they're annoying and they put the ball in base. The Blue Jays are just a better version of them. Have way more power
Yeah.
to like burn you. The Guardians don't have any version of outside of Jose Ramirez a home run threat, but the Blue Jays can make you pay when they get those guys on base, man. And they're still doing this without Springer. They haven't had Springer for the last 2 games.
Yeah.
They're still doing it. It's crazy.
And Bo Bichette on one leg.
Yeah.
Quick, because Clement was in Cleveland, wasn't he?
He was, yeah. There's a lot of crossover there between the two teams. Yeah, Dewan, I completely agree. It's very much like the Nationals team was when they won. They also did have Max Scherzer then too.
You had my boy, the Psycho. I love the psychopath.
Yeah. That Nats team was fun, man.
Just back to Ernie Clement though. Like I know I read something about how he like kind of cleaned up his life. Sounds like he was a bit of a partier. I don't know.
Okay. I know he's married to a Cleveland girl, I think, still.
Yeah. He got like refocused or maybe recommitted to the game, so maybe he wasn't a partier.
He was a hockey player, no?
He did play hockey. He did not play high level hockey. He played high school hockey.
Okay.
But he has like insane hockey stats for high school hockey. Something like 150 points.
Yeah,
in 50
I think
games.
he could have played college hockey, maybe, like if he wanted, maybe, or he just chose baseball or something.
Yeah, well, he would have chosen the like the non-competitive path of hockey. So if he probably wasn't playing baseball, he probably would have gone the competitive of like playing junior and then college. But I suspect that baseball wouldn't allow him to do that. Tough to play 2 sports.
If the Blue Jays win, do they just default give World Series MVP to Vladdy, or do you think there's other guys that would, like Alejandro Kirk or something, or Addison Barger? Like, do you think those guys are deserving of winning, or do you think they would just default give it to Vladdy? Because I know, like when the Super Bowl comes, it's very fun for me. I've hit some Super Bowl MVP bets in the past. Like you can clearly identify, like if the Chiefs are in the Super Bowl, there's no situation where they win and it doesn't go to Mahomes. It's just impossible. So it just makes it easy there. But then, like if you get another team in there with a different quarterback, you have opportunities for other guys to win. I don't know. Would they just default and give it to Vladdy, you think? It's
Well,
not like he's played good too.
He's also been the best player.
Yeah.
Like he's batting 500. He's hit 8 home runs. Like you can't even really, you could go in and say, "Oh, Trey is Savage, like he's been great," but he had a mediocre game. Where Vladdy has been consistently good all series. Like not every game, but it's harder for batters to be as impactful every single game. Like even look at Shohei Ohtani this series. He had one massive game, and the rest of the games he's looked average, maybe a little bit tired.
He was getting in a groove, and then they started walking him, and then he cooled back off.
Yeah,
I think
that
that was a good decision to like do that because
it's
he
funny.
hasn't been good since then.
It's funny. All the people on Twitter is like, they should remove the intentional walk. I was like, what?
Stupid. That's
I was
people
like,
that don't watch though. Like they're only watching because it's the World Series and something like that happens. So then like they talk about it, but like any other time they wouldn't talk about it.
it's like, what do you think? They're just going to go there? Like what they did the next game was exactly how I would do it. They just went out and threw trash at him.
That's what I'm saying. There's no way to enforce that. You could just walk him
Yeah.
on purpose anyways. Like,
But the funny part is Ohtani he got sucked into some of the trash. They're essentially bowling the ball in, and he was still trying to hit it. So,
Yeah.
anyways, well, what a performance there, though. Like on base 9 times, and came out and pitched the next day. And
Yeah, that
pitched
was a
pretty
crazy.
well.
Yeah, that was crazy.
He's obviously, I don't know, is it a debate anymore that he's the greatest of all time? Like I know we're watching him real time, but like I don't think there's anyone better.
To do what he does in the modern era is pretty crazy.
On both sides of the diamond.
Yeah. I mean, you're not going to get any pushback from me on that. I know, like, I've told the chat a number of times. My uncle will like say there's no like. Anytime I say something like to my uncle, he's like, "Oh yeah, I forgot sports started in like 1995." Like that's just what his pushback is. Like we're talking about apples and oranges at that point. Like it's a different game comparing stuff from like, especially baseball, like stuff that went on in the 1800s to now or whatever. Like that's way different. Like it's not even it's a different.
They don't even have footage of it.
Yeah, they do not have footage of Wilt's 100-point game either. I'm still questioning that 100-point game.
Yeah. So, but I think even like the interesting thing about baseball too is the like folklore players are from 100 years ago.
Yeah.
Like in hockey, you have Lemieux, Gretzky, like there's like one a decade almost. Bobby Orr, Gordie Howe, like, and they're the folklore players. But like in baseball, like who's the folklore player? Barry Bonds? He's kind of
So I would
tainted.
say, well, you have that aspect of it.
Nolan Ryan, yeah, okay, Nolan Ryan.
I would say for my lifetime, I don't know. Yeah, like I wasn't really old enough to watch Barry like during when he was doing his thing. I obviously know of him and can look at the numbers and watch highlights and stuff. But since I've been like a huge baseball fan, like the best players I've got to watch outside of, Mike Trout, it's like you have Albert Pujols and Miguel Cabrera. Those would be two that come to mind. And then Clayton Kershaw. Like that's like the guys that come to mind for me. Like Miggy was really, really good for a really long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's really it. So
can we also just quickly talk about how like when they trotted Kershaw out there, he kind of looked like a fat, like,
dude,
it's like, oh gosh.
that was like that was my favorite moment because I'm a huge Clayton Kershaw fan because Clayton Kershaw like made me fall in love with baseball. Like that was the perfect time of when I was getting into it. So to see him do that and then like they put the camera on his wife, she just like starts crying. Like that was awesome. And even if the Dodgers lose, like that moment was so cool. Like just to come in bases loaded and get that out was awesome.
Yeah. No, and I was like secretly I wanted them to beat up Kershaw, but secretly I didn't want his career to end that way.
Yeah.
The crazy part is like I told the story already. I saw him in person. He was just a string bean in person.
Yeah, he's put some pounds on now for sure.
It's kind of crazy to me because he would still be at the ballpark every day working out. Like it's kind of I wonder if there's something else going on.
He's had a lot of injuries too,
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah, I mean,
injuries.
can't work out with the back and
Yeah, a lot of like back injuries and stuff for sure. It's crazy. I mean, he can't even throw a curveball anymore. Like that's what he's known for. Like he's coming
yeah,
there, he's got to throw sliders and just hope that he can get like a
yeah,
ground ball out or something.
yeah.
Yeah, Griffey again. Like that's still early though. A-Rod for sure. He was still playing like when the
Like
Yankees
A-Rod,
last won,
A-Rod
but
wasn't generational though.
he's tainted too though. With the steroid
I'll,
stuff.
I'll give Griffey. I think Griffey's a good example. He
Griffey, I
was
mean, Griffey's
he was
my favorite. Like Griffey's just
generational.
like growing up, like being a kid, a young kid, not old enough to understand the ins and outs, but just watching, it was like, yeah, like Ken Griffey Jr. is just the coolest baseball player that there could ever be.
Yeah, he's definitely generational.
A-Rod had
Okay.
some big years though, but
A-Rod was good, but like not generational.
I don't really think A-Rod like Griffey. If you wanted to weigh that out though, like Griffey, I would say is arguably the most likable, like fan
Yes.
favorite. A-Rod, not a very likable guy, I don't think.
Well, even if you look at how the Simpsons portrayed Griffey, he was likable.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think A-Rod is likable, like personally. Well, I'm sure I don't even think, you know what? I'm going to say it. I don't even think Yankees fans like A-Rod. And that's the last time they won. I think there's Yankees fans that probably don't like him, to be honest. I just don't think he's likable.
I agree. Yeah.
Mitchell likes him. Mitchell, you are, I'm not saying there's not A-Rod fans, but I don't think he's likable to like most people. All right. Is there what else do you want to get into? Do you have any anything?
Oh, we can talk football. We can
Yeah,
go
yeah, yeah.
football, and then I don't know if we want to talk a little hockey.
My screen name on AIM was something about A-Rod.
That's good. That's a throwback. My
Dude.
screen name on ICQ.
Yeah,
You guys are all
AIM, man.
probably
That's crazy.
AOL Instant Messenger. That's
Yeah.
going back a long ways.
Mitchell, I know like you and I are close in age. Like we had the best of both worlds. Like we got to grow up without like not that there wasn't computers and stuff, there was, but I didn't have a smartphone until like I was in high school. So we kind of had like the best of both worlds, I think. These kids now are just tainted from the time they're young because they got anything they want at the palm of their hands. All right. Do you want to? I don't know. Do you want to talk power rankings? Do you want to do a little?
Yeah, we go power rankings.
Do you want to go team update after that too, like FSGA team? I'm curious to
Yeah.
see kind of how you're doing there.
Yeah, we can do that. Do both.
I showed Josh yesterday our Guillotine League team. We survived last week, Steve. I had the second lowest points because the Cowboys did nothing, but we survive and advance on to this week again.
Nice. Let's slip through. That's all we need to do. Was it week 10? We just got to get past week 10.
Yes, we got to get past week 10. And dude, we have a game coming up. Like the Cowboys play the Lions, like indoors, like going to be a shootout. We just got to get past that week 10. I'm feeling pretty good. Trying to talk to girls with the screen name A-Rod Fan 13.
They probably thought you were a young lady.
Yeah. That's funny.
The
go ahead.
Okay, so we go power rankings. I know you did a TikTok short, kind of picking on the Steelers, but they're
Steelers
falling.
stink. I'm sorry.
They're dropping though. They're dropping like the mafia.
They
wrapped some concrete to their feet and dropped them in the river.
Bricks.
They're dropping fast. The other one that because I'm secretly kind of cheering for them, the Bears.
I know.
Not good. But I'm hoping this is just a growing pain.
Could be. The Patriots are surprising me there.
That they're that high or that low?
Yeah, I mean they've played well, but they're that high, and the Patriots are like the opposite, where they have a super easy schedule the rest of the way. The Patriots could really rip some off. I mean, they've got Falcons at home, which that's not easy, but definitely beatable. Then they've got the Bucks, which is tough. After that, they go like Jets, Giants, Dolphins, Jets again. Like the Patriots could stack some wins up here moving down the stretch.
Yeah, let's bring up the schedule here.
Yeah, Jets twice. Bengals is definitely winnable. Giants obviously is very winnable.
2 hard games.
Yeah, that's it the rest of the way. And they've already got a good, decent number of wins. So,
Well, it depends on who shows up here. These guys.
I don't know. Who was on the stream? I can't remember. I don't know. Maybe it was
Well,
just me talking
like
to myself, but
you repeatedly put into my mind Falcons.
They make no sense to me.
Falcons.
I think it was Monday we were talking about this. Like the Falcons, they destroyed the Vikings, which is a good win. And then they beat the Bills. Like the Falcons have 2 amazing wins, and then they have a 30-0 loss to the Panthers and a 34-10 loss to the Dolphins. Like the team makes no sense. You could get a great team or a terrible team, but there's no in between. It's strange.
Yeah. I don't know, but I'm angry with them because I lost an entry in the survivor pool last week because that's who I
a
picked.
terrible game. Kirk Cousins is just terrible, bro. He's just bad.
Well, and I think this is that acknowledgement that he just can't throw. The funny part is if you go look at the game, so there was 3 things that were interesting to me. So one is the Miami Dolphins defense didn't look that bad.
No.
The second thing is even if Kirk can't throw, why wasn't Bijan able to run?
Well, so the Dolphins do have a good run defense. They have a bad pass defense. I'm not saying it's great, but it's serviceable. But I guess like you can just sell out to stop the run at that point, and there was no threat of them beating you. I mean, I watched all of that game. It was disaster. But I guess I probably overestimated. No Drake London, no Michael Penix. Like I don't know. I probably overestimated like what they could do.
The other interesting thing is if you look at Kirk Cousins' passing completion, like his percentage, it actually wasn't that bad. They're all just short.
Yeah, it was all like within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. It was a bad game. That's terrible. I can't defend the Falcons. I'm done with the Falcons after that. I can't defend it.
Yeah. But so the combination of not being able to run the ball, but you're still making all these short passes. They should have been able to run the ball more.
Well, look, even if they couldn't, you got to just do it. Like you have no Drake London, your backup quarterback's in. Why is Bijan Robinson not getting the ball 30 times? Like, what are we doing? He touched the ball. He had like 9 carries and like 3 catches. Like, I don't know what the game plan is there. I don't understand that. It makes no sense to me.
Why did that go way over there? Didn't want that. Yeah, I was going to pull up the game.
Just terrible. It doesn't like anyone in the chat and anyone that watches football, like at all, would understand if your best receiver's out, your backup quarterback's in, you're at home against a team that has vastly underperformed. Just put the ball in the hands of your best player and try and get out of there with a win. It doesn't have to be pretty, but they didn't even give him the ball. It didn't make any sense. The
Detroit Lions did that for like a decade with Barry Sanders.
Yeah, like I truly don't understand. Well, I don't like. I watched it live, went back and rewatched it more. Like it doesn't make any sense to me.
Refreshing.
3 targets for 23. He had 3 targets in that game. They threw so we already just established that anything Kirk Cousins threw was short. Only 3 of them went to Bijan Robinson, and then he had 9 carries, his lowest like by far of the season. Makes no sense to me. That's just terrible.
I'm shocked. So then, how many carries did the other backs get?
I don't even think Algier I don't even think he had that many. He did score a touchdown late in garbage time, which screwed me in the touchdown survivor because I had a bad feeling about Bijan. It was like too obvious. I just did it anyways, and of course he didn't score. Just classic. Just classic.
And just for those listening at home, these are all in the community. So if you want to pull up all the games.
Yeah, these data spaces are available for free. you guys can access.
Okay.
Like
So
Kyle,
Pitts, actually, this
yeah,
worked
they
for
were
me
just
though. This
chucking it
worked for
close
me.
to Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. And then you got Bijan, and then for rushing attempts.
4. Your backup quarterback saying you ran the ball 12 times, 13 times. What are
Yeah.
we doing here? Yeah, it just makes me mad. These are the type of guys. These guys need to answer for their sins. Like these guys can't get. Why do these guys have jobs? I don't understand this. It's not that complicated.
I also find it hilarious on X Twitter now that anytime something like this happens, it's like, has
Oh,
anyone investigated them for gambling?
yeah, like, dude, have you not watched football? Like these brainless coaches that do this every week for the last 30 years, and you're saying, oh yeah, investigate this. Like these people have not lived the life I've lived, Steve. I watch this Conference USA college football. Like, dude, I've seen stuff you wouldn't believe. There needs to, these people just get jobs for no reason. I don't know. It's not gambling. Speaking of that, though, what do you think of Jaylen Brown's comments on that? Because this really pissed me off, and I was going to make a TikTok about it. And I think there's a conspiracy in the NBA with this Jaylen Brown, by the way.
I don't know. Can you fill me in on the news? I feel like I'm
Okay.
sometimes in a hole with all the meetings
Sure.
I'm in all day.
So the stuff comes out with Rozier,
Yep.
a week ago or whenever that was. They asked Jaylen Brown about it. And he made a comment, the most asinine comment I've ever heard someone say. He basically, I don't have the exact quote pulled up. Let me see if I can find it. He basically said, like, this betting stuff. He was like, yeah, that's all new. And yeah, I don't think it's good because we don't really get a piece of it, is basically what he said. Okay, this is the exact quote from him. That whole world was introduced a couple of years ago, and I don't think they took players into consideration. We don't benefit from any profits, but we have to deal with the extra negativity and scrutiny behind gambling. I mean, first and foremost, to say he doesn't see any of the profits is madness when he's making $70 million a year to play for the Boston Celtics, and he doesn't think he sees any of the profits, because I don't know where exactly he thinks the money's coming from. It's surely not from all the betting websites that sponsor the NBA and all the TV networks that broadcast the games. So that's bad in its own part. The second is him thinking that gambling started like in 2020 or something. I think this hasn't been a thing for 200 years.
Yeah, I think it's a very selfish, uninformed opinion, and I hope that he's not using that as some justification for them to go and skim and do all the shady stuff that they're doing. Well, that maybe not he's doing, but that some of the others that are recently been charged and will have their day in court. Because the reality is, it's like you said, it's all a big ecosystem. Like, even the sheer fact, like, we work in a world where data feeds by Rolling Insights powers other companies. Our data powers other companies. Those other companies go out and they build content websites, they build fantasy platforms, they build sport betting helpers, they build AI modelers. There's professional gamblers that are using the data to kind of try to get an edge. There's all these different use cases that our data supports. And all of that combined increases. All ships ride together. All ships, rising tides float all boats, or whatever the phrase is. But all the ships rise together when you have overall a much larger industry. They're all contributing. So if we're using your name in a fantasy game, yeah, you're not going to get directly, but you've got another engaged fan who's going to buy merch, who's going to go to a game, who's going to buy popcorn, who's going to buy more TVs, watch the TV more often. Like, there's so much to creating all the lily pads that sport do to create that overall pond that all these guys are swimming in. So whenever I hear stuff like that, I'm like, it's just such a simpleton view. It's such a arrogant view of, it's entitled. And
Yes.
it's just a complete misunderstanding of how it all helps and feeds each other. And there's two primary benefactors in all of this: the players and the owners. Those are the biggest benefactors.
5 years, $285 million. That was Jaylen Brown's contract that he signed.
He could do two of those and buy a team.
Yeah. And I've seen this problem not only with players, but people that cover the teams too. I've seen this problem with them, especially these college teams. When you get into like the non-power five schools, people that bet and play fantasy sports are asking the beat writers to do their jobs and report on the injuries. And they want to catch attitudes and say, like, if you're betting on this, if you're playing fantasy for this level of football, like, you need to like call the gambling number or whatever. Like, look, at the end of the day, it's your job to cover the team. You wouldn't have a job. I'm sorry. If you cover a Conference USA team, a football team, you would not have a job if there was not sports betting or fantasy sports. You just wouldn't, because there's not enough people that are paying attention to that. Like, do you really think the Middle Tennessee alumni are really that dialed into their football team that they're going to be
Well,
sustaining that?
they probably are for 3 hours a week. 3 hours a week.
Yes. Yes.
For the moment that game's on the TV, and then they walk away. Fantasy has people
It's
engaged
round the
heading
clock.
into those games, and then after those games, there may be one day a week where people take a break from thinking about it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And
I completely agree. Like, and you know what? The NFL proved that. Like Roger Goodell said, it's his goal to have the NFL in the media 12 months of the year.
yeah, and I would say they succeeded in doing that.
They've
At
done a
least recently.
fantastic job.
At least recently.
And he's even I don't know where this quote came from. He's even said good, bad, or ugly.
Yeah. Exactly.
Like the bad news, even though it's not really good societally or good for the players, as an owner or a person who represents the owner, it's good for them. They make more money.
Yeah.
If there's a critical arrest on a key player in July, that's good for the NFL.
100%. And so the conspiracy angle of this, right? Like 2 days after Jaylen Brown said that insane statement, he gets caught in a game. I don't know if you even saw this. He's like, I don't know, they're playing the Knicks. They have white jerseys, and he's balding. So his hair like rubbed off onto this Knicks player defending him, and like went viral. And then the next night he's doing like a live stream where he calls LeBron. He's like, "What do I do about my hair?" Like, it just seemed too perfectly timed after he make these insane statements. Like, they were like, "Dude, we got to do something to like lighten the mood around your outlook a little bit." So we're gonna punish you, and people will make fun of you for going bald.
Well, LeBron knows. Like, why does LeBron make
Yeah.
movies? Like, why does LeBron make movies?
Yeah.
Well, he makes movies so that but it also just builds the overall LeBron so he can make more money. So, like, some of this stuff is just like mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It's the same reason why, like, the NBA of all sports is invested in so many things. They're the leaders in terms of like venture capital and influencing startups and developing new products and new ideas. Like, it's almost hypocritical coming from an NBA player to say that.
Yeah. And at the same time, on the gambling stuff, like, people look at this like it's the end of the world. Like, these common folk, like, they'll act like this is the biggest deal ever and stuff. This is actually good. Like, this is why it's good to have legalized sports betting, because you can regulate stuff like this and do these investigations and flag the stuff and punish people for it. If
Exactly.
this was 10 years ago, like, this type of stuff has always gone on. This isn't a new thing that these guys are doing, but there's no repercussions for this 10, 15 years ago. There's nobody to enforce something like that. Now at least you can catch them and enforce it.
And they had no access to the data. So it was all
Yeah.
happening like on a napkin in a bookie, run by the mafia, still run by the mafia a little bit.
Yeah.
The whole poker thing, though, I don't quite understand that
Yeah, that's
whole.
unrelated, even though it was
Yeah,
an NBA coach, but like, yeah,
yeah.
tough situation there for sure.
and like why he would even get involved in that.
Probably been that way since he's a player. Like he's probably been involved with them for a long time, and it's just like, I don't know. Maybe once you're in, you can't really get out. I don't know.
Yeah, you're probably right. It's probably his quote unquote group of friends. Um,
There's going to be other
probably
NBA guys that get that come up in this poker stuff. I guarantee. Like I've already heard story. Like Tyronn Lue has been mentioned a lot in these. Um, there's other guys too. So I'm sure. These guys all have money. Like they obviously bet large amounts. So when you
well,
have money
they've
like that, there's only so many places you can go to if you want to get action like that. So I'm sure there'll be other guys that come out of this.
and there's nothing wrong with playing the games.
No,
It's the
yeah, it's just
rigging,
rigging
and
them. Yeah.
it's the people that you're hanging out with. Like the other part that I don't quite understand is like, you gotta have friends from all walks of life, so I get it. But you don't need to participate in all walks of life's activities. So some of
Yeah.
this is like, even if they're your buddies, dude, like like you're an NBA coach.
Like,
You got a lot to lose. You know
like,
this is wrong.
yeah. And he played in the NBA for how many years? Like, look,
Yeah.
I'm not like some guys aren't good with money. I don't know. You're not going to sell me that Chauncey Billups has ever been in a situation where he needed money to the degree that he's going to get in bed with those guys and rig poker games to like support his family because he doesn't have money. Like he's played in the NBA for years and been a coach ever since then. Like he's not
He's still
strapped
making
for
money.
cash. Yeah, he's making like, he makes like 8 or 9 million, I think, to coach.
Yeah. So yeah, it's more about, I think, the company that you keep, like, that some of these are buddies. And again, it's totally fine to be friends with those folks. There's nothing wrong with that. But you don't need to participate in their activities. That's where you can say, hey guys, I can't do this. I'm a coach. I got too much to lose. And I bet in most cases they probably would respect that. Maybe try to
Yep.
peer pressure you, but I don't know. We're all starting with the mafia, so maybe not. But yeah, okay, you're right. We're reasonable people. Yeah. Okay. You go read your book. We're gonna go do our illegal gambling ring and suck some people in. Although I do have a funny story. So I was
Okay.
playing golf with one of my buddies, and he was like, I'm like, oh, what were you doing last night? He's like, oh, I was at a poker game. And I was like, oh, cool. I was like, how does it work? He's like, well, they like kind of put together this like kind of room, and you kind of go over there and they have a chef. And I'm like, oh, isn't that illegal? It's like, nah, it's not illegal, because all you're doing is you're just paying for the chef, and then you get to play the poker game. And so they make their money off of like the chef side of things. And I'm like, okay, that's kind of interesting. He's like, yeah, they rent an Airbnb, blah blah, and yeah, no, like for like some of us, we kind of consider ourselves professionals, and so we just bring in a bunch of minnows. We're kind of the whales, and then we just like take all their money. And I was like, oh, okay, all right. He's like, hey, do you want to come? We have one tonight. I was like, wait a minute, like you want the minnow to swim into the shark
You
infested
can't.
waters? I was like, you just told me the story and how it all works. I was like,
Hey, if
no,
you if
I'm
you if you
not
can't spot the
interested.
fish at the table, you know what they
Yeah,
say.
yeah. He's like, oh, the food is great. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure it is.
Oh man, that's crazy.
Yeah. And then he beat me in golf, which I was like kind of pissed off about.
That guy must be good. Chat, Steve is a very good golfer. If he's losing to someone at golf, that guy's got to be good. I would
Yeah.
wager money on Steve in the golf match. Like, I would love to do
Well,
that.
not that
Steve,
good. Like, there's
I don't
way
know,
better
Steve.
golfers
I
than us.
think this would be so good. Like, when we get after football season, it gets to like springtime. Dude, we got to get some golf content. I would love to line a match up with you with someone else from one of these companies. Like, whether we could go a partner company,
We could go
unabated. We could
Billy,
call the,
Billy,
yeah,
Billy
Billy
at
Billy
Fast Draft.
Muzio. We
He's a
could call
golfer.
the Walters Picks guys. I'm sure they might play a little golf. Like, I would love to line up a Steve versus them 1v1 and make a video out of it. It would be so
That's
good.
that's like real barstool content.
I would wager some cash on Steve. I'll
Also,
ride. I'll ride with Steve, no matter what.
and a quick rest in peace, beef. Sad
Yeah,
news.
that is sad. Rest in peace. Hate. That's just terrible, man. So many people are dying lately, man. It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So we want to.
What do you get back onto the power rankings quickly? Because obviously, my only discrepancy with the numbers right now are the Chiefs. They've been increasing. I want to see where they get to, after the next couple weeks. And then the Steelers, who I think are terrible, but to your point, yes, they've been falling down the rankings recently as well. The Colts still haven't played anybody. Like, I don't know. I'm still like, we're gonna get a good barrier on the Colts here, or like a good judge, because they play the Chiefs in a few weeks. So I'm excited for that game. The Rams, I agree with. I think the Rams are a very, very real threat in the NFC.
Picking them in Survivor this week.
Okay, I think the Rams are very good. Very good team. People forget the Rams almost beat the Eagles in the playoffs last year. They had the ball with a chance to go win the game. And that was that weird snow game too. Like if you replay that Rams Eagles game on like just a regular situation, like the Rams might win.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think the Rams are great. I got nothing else to contribute or debate on.
Yeah.
Survivor this week.
Rams look
the only
good
one
to me.
Feels like a little bit of a trap is.
Yeah.
But I want to.
My jury's still out on the Bears, but the Bengals also might not have Joe Flacco. So that would like affect things.
Yeah. What is he? He's getting cataract surgery or?
Yeah, and then he had a shoulder injury too.
Yeah.
So the latest report I see is he's 50-50.
Yeah, on Reddit
he has a sprained AC joint in his throwing shoulder. I mean, that just sounds like he's not playing. It's not like this guy's a spring chicken over there. This guy's old.
Yeah. And the reality is that his asset right now is his ability to throw, because he doesn't move very well.
His asset right now is his ability to just functionalize an offense. Like, he doesn't have to do anything. Yeah. He just has to literally catch the ball, catch the snap, drop back, and just throw it to Jamar Chase or T. Higgins or Chase Brown. Like, it just needs to like be at like as most average as you could be. And Jake Browning cannot do that, I guess.
Well, that's again, I come back to it. I'm just like, I find it so remarkable that there just aren't more people that can simplify the game down to, something like Joe Flacco is doing. Even I know you don't like the Steelers, but Aaron Rodgers, like in that game where they played each other, he threw one that was like an absolute missile. I couldn't believe that a guy that old could.
The Steelers aren't bad because of Aaron Rodgers. I'll tell you that right now. He for his age, he has played fantastic. The Steelers, you know what's so crazy about that? It's again the inverse of what you would ever think. The Steelers for years have had this great defense under Mike Tomlin, and their offense is terrible. And now they have a good offense, and their defense stinks. It's like they can't have both at the same time.
Well, maybe not a good offense.
No, but they could win. The AFC this year isn't great, honestly. Like the Bills are still the Bills, but they haven't been great. The Chiefs are the Chiefs, but other than that, like it's pretty wide open, I would say, in the AFC. So the Steelers could get into a deep playoff situation with that offense. They just don't have a defense at all. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but I nearly fell out of my chair. It looked like old Rodgers. Can't remember the play, but he zipped it in there. I was like, man, he can still fire it.
Yeah, he definitely still has the arm. My concern with the Bears is just Caleb Williams. Like I had these concerns coming into the season. It's like I didn't think Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams were like the best like mesh. Like what makes Caleb Williams good is his ability to improvise and like make plays when stuff breaks down. Ben Johnson's offense is very predicated on like timing and like just getting the ball where it's supposed to be, and everything will work out. Like I don't think they're a good mesh, and I mean, he hasn't been good. Like EPA per play at quarterback, he's outside the top 20. I think he has the worst completion percentage when you kind of bake in like any like adjusted metric like that. Like he is not good. He has a very high off target throw percentage. Just watching the
Yeah.
games, he hasn't looked very good. But the like I trust Ben Johnson's ability to like scheme, which can mask a lot of that. But long term, like we could take this year out of it. It's like I don't know if the Bears can get to where they want to go with him at quarterback, and I don't know. I honestly don't
Who
know how
knows?
long. I don't know how long the leash is going to be because Ben Johnson did not draft Caleb Williams, so I don't know. I think if it came down to it, I think Ben Johnson would win in a battle of that. Like,
Well, they invested a lot to get him, and he comes with,
mm-hmm.
a prop bet future league selection from Team Rolling Insights. So we believe in Ben Johnson. He was one of the guys that we went after in that futures league. So we really need Ben Johnson to win here. We need Caleb to be good this year so that he can win that trophy. And it looked like he was trending in the right direction until last week. Even
Yeah.
last week, like didn't he throw an interception? I didn't watch the game, but it felt like they tied. They were within 3 points, and then I think he threw a pick. Didn't he throw a pick?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
too many picks.
for sure.
Okay.
Like,
Um,
I don't know. He
well,
gets to throw to these guys too. Like, he really, like, you're not asking much out of this guy. You got
no.
Romo Dunze, DJ Moore, you know, Luther Burden. They draft like DeAndre Swift and Monungai's pretty good backfield. They drafted Colston Loveland. They have Cole Kmet. Like, really don't need to do much there, but whatever.
Yeah, just not make mistakes.
Yeah.
You need a Joe Flacco. You need an old guy.
Yeah, they'd be better. Well, yeah, I mean, Jared Goff was great for years with Ben Johnson. Like, that's all you need. Someone to just do what he tells you to do.
Yeah. Yeah, agreed.
Still kicking in
Okay.
third place here.
Yeah, it's funny because the points for again, that gap keeps widening, but each week I keep stringing together victories. Like last week was a bye week for me. Let's actually go to week 8. Or for us. Chat, we all win and lose together.
Look at this domination here.
Um and if you think like I had some guys out and CD didn't do much. But my Sam J. Perrin, that was a
Yep.
good pick.
Yeah.
That was I
I mean, you're
spent
riding
probably
James Cook like the finest horse in the Kentucky Derby right now.
he is great. He's fantastic. And my boy J Love, he's not too bad either. Uh Pitsy, we talked
Yeah.
about Pitsy before the season started. My dad would be proud. Kyle Pitts finally coming through. And then I stacked Tennessee. People thought I was crazy. 25 points. I'll take it between the two of them. And DK, he's been great. He's been coming along. Like I kept him this week. 7 for 17 fantasy points, 17 fantasy points. I think that he's taken over on Alec. I don't know what your thoughts are, but
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ridley's been out, which has helped him too. The Titans are just terrible, so it's like really like it's not sticky at all. Like he could have a great game and then he can do nothing because they just stink. But yeah, so Travis Hunter has gotten a ton of positive he finally had a big game, but the last time we saw him, 24 points. Coming out of the bye week, I talked about this, post rookie, post bye week rookie bump is a big thing. They've given him a ton of positive coach speak. I think you're going to be in a good spot. I think Travis Hunter is going to perform down the stretch here. And you've got James
yeah,
Cook. Jordan Love, again, I defend Jordan Love on the stream for years. I've tried to tell you guys he's number 3 in success rate right now in the NFL. He's played amazing football.
yeah, yeah. And he was essentially like a free pick in the draft because I think I picked him in like the last round. So this week I did make a couple of changes. So Note what that. I did I make 2 changes? I picked up Bam,
Okay.
knowing that Cardinals James Conner's out. Michael Carter's back, but I'm assuming that Bam. So he's kind of my backup back now. And
Yeah.
then I picked up the Rams. Rams D
Yeah.
playing New Orleans this week, so I'm quite excited about that.
I think what you have in looks good.
And then the only thing that I'm like I just
I was gonna
feel like
ask you about that. I was gonna ask about that.
like I can't drop him, but he needs to be dropped.
Is this is PPR, correct?
Yes.
Man. I think him and Pitts this week is close. It's now or never for Mark Andrews. Lamar's back. It's against Miami. Like, definitely how you want to attack them.
Pitts is injured. He's banged up.
It's now or never for
New England's
Mr. Mark Andrews.
Okay. You think I should do it again?
I don't know. I'm fine with either one. I think it's close though. Like if I was doing rankings for this week, I'd probably have I would have Pitts 10 and Mark Andrews 11, or I'd have them right by each other.
Okay, well this is it. If he doesn't perform, I'm dropping him. He's getting dropped.
That's fair. I think that's fair.
Okay. Well, I got to run.
All right, chat. Good luck tonight. I'll be live tomorrow, 4:00. Thank you guys. Make sure you check out SportWise, all these free data spaces that we show off. And if you're building anything cool, hop in our Discord. Let us know. We can show you the data feed stuff. Get in the Discord regardless, though, if you want to talk to me. I think someone in the chat asked me, and I didn't send them the link. So re-message me if you want the Discord link. If you can't find it, I can.
Yep. All right. Thanks, everybody.
See you,
Have a
everybody.
great day.